It's like 95 out today. There's no AC on the top floor. It's not great. You can probably see the forehead shine from wherever you are right now. Oh, it's like immediately so much better. Perfect. Alright, let's do one more game here then. Let's do Unrealistic Red Path, because last time we did Red Planet Awaits. And the weekly challenge is also just Red Planet Awaits, so I want to do something a little different. We'll do Red Path. I'm ready. I'm warmed up, I'm dialed in. I'm good to go. Expansive seems quite good for a Red Path playthrough, but Space is also really good. I do want... No, trade routes aren't that good for Red Path. I'm just going to take Expansive. Expansive is interesting. I need to play with it more. I would like to open my leader panel, please. Nitrates boost. With a large hint of nitrates. This pulls me towards Alex very strongly. Pakai does give us +2 support income on our first city founding, though. No, I gotta take the nitrates boost. Like, what if we don't have enough nitrates to finish, you know? So, house, house, house. Little 3-star configuration. Power, power, power. Bus station, robot hub. And then just like 2 random buildings. I think that's what I'm seeing. You go here, get a nitrates deposit. And then we'll go here, we'll get a tritium deposit. We'll start taking tritium thermogenerators. We are going to need tons of power. We're also going to need tons of titanium. So we got to start finding... Like, the second city we found should be a city that's on titanium. Holy cow, that would have been a great expansion hub. I might bulldoze that later to get an expansion hub out of it. That's a really good expansion hub spot because it gets this, 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 and this for free. That's interesting to think about. It's definitely not a game for everyone. It's a game for people who like thinking about every decision that they make, which is like me to a fault, but I also think sometimes that just stresses people out. So I can get how this is not something that would appeal to everyone. Give me that trade route. Give me a second bus station. No, give me a tritium thermogenerator. 5, 6, 7. Export a power. Give me more tritium. Next turn we'll have it. We don't even need to import. Give me titanium instead. I'm identifying the problem years before it actually manifests. The problem being, I don't know where titanium is, but you need titanium to make mines. I'll take a food. I will build second tritium thermogenerator. I will explore for more tritium. This also, like, kind of goes insane as an expansion hub spot. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. Like, this is definitely still better. Definitely need robots here. Just go, like, right there. What resource hint do I need? I honestly think I still need tritium, just to get to 3 tritium thermogenerators as fast as possible. So 7, 8, 9. We'll be able to build that next turn. I don't think I need a 4th one, but I'm going to take one anyway. And then we can expand here to get silicates. And that's about it. We don't know a lot else about what's going on this map. So I think starting next turn, we probably want to start exploring for water, and we want to think about where our second city is going to go. Both of those spots look pretty unimpressive. That looks pretty unimpressive. Don't love any of those options right now. Yeah, it's not a very action-packed game. It's a very kind of like slow, gradual increase kind of game. This is going to be farming sector here. We'll do farm, soil factory, farm. which means I probably want to take a lab, and I want to get nitrates for it. 3, 4, 5. Be able to build that next turn. And then explore this water once and find the next place you're building a city. Area 3 permanent proposal increases. Amount increases by 1. Gain a power and a titanium when constructing a robot. It's fine. Like, it's cheap and it's good. I don't want to spend water on a greenhouse farm, but if I don't have any other options, I guess I'll just take it now. You come here. Don't need that anymore. You just need more titanium. You need more titanium. It's that simple. You're also... Well, hey, that's a really good support spot. But it's a really heinous city location. I don't really want to do that either. Here's what I think I'd be willing to do at this point. Why? Because now we have like 3 tiles that we can expand to if we get any buildings that you need to put on the surface. Now we're not going to see a lot of those buildings right now because the game knows what I'm up to. But God, these city spots are all like really bad. There's just nothing anywhere. That's not great. How much more water do we have on the map? We've got some there, a little there. I think I could afford to do this then. I mean, we also like can't even build our next city yet, so we can definitely afford to do that. Misha's really tempting here. Because I do want to start getting bacteria spreaders down, and we have the tiles for them, so I think I am going to do that. And we've got a rocket platform spot. So give me one of these. No, I don't want to do that. Just do 1 and 1. It's slightly suboptimal, but that's okay. Give me Cyanophyta. We need to hit 17 science. It's doable. It's like sort of doable. And then what's your problem? Some trade routes aren't assigned? Alright, well, import 1 more science then. I would rather get rid of a silicate, I guess. Research center... Yeah, we're kind of getting to the point where that would be good. You compete with my science currently, but that's okay. It's not your fault. Switch this up for 1 turn. Because, you know, I could put it like here, which would be pretty good. And then just grab me more science. Next turn, we'll be able to do Bacteria Spreader 1. Let me import 1 more time just to see if I can get methanogenium. I did not. I'll take a tundra forest instead. I gotta find a place to put a second city after this bacteria spreader goes down. There's methanogenium. Alright, that's what we wanted. And then I guess I would just take another tritium thermal generator. I would gene mod methanogenium so it goes faster. It is +1 science if you reject it every time, but any project is +1 science if you reject it any time. So take you. Methanogene you. Terraforming parameters are off to the races. I will import 1 more time and then I'm exploring. Give me robots. Give me shrubs. We gotta find a spot for city number 2. It's that simple. Do me like a robot hub because I want this, because I want to do that. And we are never going to make a city here, so just expand over it. It's a plain style, has nothing interesting going on, who cares? Could actually do like a rover exploration center there, but I'm so short on titanium, I want to be really careful where I spend it. That doesn't need to be that anymore, you can do something like that. We're flush with power, which makes a terraforming building interesting. especially because I can just put it here and override it later when we get a soil factory. And now we find a place to make City 2. You're a volcano, that's not going to do it. You're a canyon, that's not going to do it. Not good enough. +1 radiation globally, that's fine, we can deal. Don't want any of these right now. That's a plains? I mean, it's going to have to be really good. It does have a water deposit. The problem is it's going to tank our comfort of living, because people do not want to spend time here. But then, I guess we could, like, found it, and we could just do robots. Yeah, let's do that. We'll found it, and we'll just use robots there. So now we need water. Take me to 6, and then explore this next turn. That should be 10. In the meantime, you're not really doing anything. No. Don't spend your titanium on that. Save your titanium, because you're going to need to set up a mine in this new city. Always take robots. Explore water. It is +4. Found, excuse me. Oh, I need to explore here as well. Duh. Alright, well, stop doing water. Start doing nitrate. Or start doing titanium. I really don't need to build anything else here. Like, I could just do a rover museum here, I guess. It does give us some extra science. It does give us some extra support. I'd rather have that be, like, you know, an adjacency building, but for now, I think it's fine. See if we can start working on that. Now we can found you. So, house, support building, water. Water's a noxious use, so people aren't going to want to live next to it. Bus station. Power. Resonance station. And then just other random stuff. There's not going to be a lot of adjacency bonuses in here, but that's okay. Not every city needs to be flush with adjacency bonuses. And then I also want to get this development center down for more research. You come here. Harvest this for later. You come here just to grab a tile that we can expand to. And then set up a water mine. I'd say that was a fairly productive turn. You could be a dock when we get to water 3. Interesting. So now that that's done, let's reevaluate. You're just a flat heat bonus. I think I would be willing to take that. It's going to be real slow. Like, we're not going to finish that for 23 turns in a worst case scenario, but I'd get started on it. I'd love to take more robots. I'd love to take... Would I love to take a lab? I don't think I'd love to take a lab. I think I'd just take a robot up. When's a good time to swap tiles between cities? You mean like exchange tiles? Like give you to you and vice versa? Or do you mean moving buildings around? Do I need more water? I don't need more water. I do need more tritium, though. I want to get this tritium thermal generator up again. And in fact, we can do this to change the math on that by 1 turn. The first one? I don't have a good answer. Because generally... my games play in 2 phases. In the first phase, you're founding cities with an explicit idea of what tiles that city's going to control. So you never really like have to swap tile control, because you're like, I know what I want this city to grab. And then in the second phase of the game, you have a train station or you have like a maglev, and it literally doesn't matter, because you have one city that controls like 30 tiles. And that one city just eats all of them. So I don't know. I guess the answer is, like, I try to not swap them that much, honestly. Resonance station here is going to be very nice. Power generation is going to be very nice. We need silicates like nobody's business. Give me that +6. I almost want to stop exporting. No, you shouldn't do that. You should not stop exporting. You should just get one more expansion tile in High Caldera, and you should grab that silicates deposit. Which you need titanium for. Can do that. And then just explore a small hint of titanium next turn and you're good to go. So Henry and Mustafa do not contribute to Red Path. Neither of them really do much for us. Henry does terraforming parameters, which is great. Mustafa does prestige, which is like great, but in a more subtle way. Henry does make our mines cheaper, though, and I think that probably has a greater chance of mattering, so we take him. We take an extra trade route. I was really trying to save up that titanium. I mean, I guess I don't need to put it down, like, literally right now. If you actually don't have anywhere in this city where you can put down a robot hub. So put it in New Damascus instead, I guess. This is... God, it's really bad on the expansion. Maybe I don't want to do that. Let me look at this a bit more closely. Would I be willing to get rid of 1 science to get 2 expansion tiles? Swap time? No, it's not about the swap, it's about the support. This would be -1 and this would be -2 to get there with New Damascus. I don't want to take -3 support to get 1 silicate per turn. I think I would take 1 science. I would take -1 science to get 1 silicate per turn, though. And it still comes with the -1, but that's a much easier pill to swallow. Because now I can build my silicates and I can keep working on giant space mirrors. And then I would like to just 1 time have you hit up titanium so that I can do this, and then from there on out, all you're doing is mine venting. I would like to import silicates as well. And I'll export some power. We're at +7 power on turn 21. We're in a great spot. We haven't built any resonance stations yet. We're going to be just fine on power. -22 per turn is scary. What can I do to remedy that? Build a house, probably. Like, we're not going to make a 3rd city for some time. I don't think. And marshes are protected from radiation, which is nice, because you're a plain city. But you might actually still be negative support if I build you here. You might need to go here instead. But even here is, like, not that good. You know what? I don't think a house is going to give me as much support as I want it to right now. So I guess instead I would just take a big, cumbersome terraforming project. Yeah, pushing the solar farm into New Damascus gives me the expansion in the first city. It does, but I kind of wanted to build that robot hub anyway to secure those 2 tiles. So rather than screw around with the tile swap, I just kind of I executed on that plan instead. Because I was like, eventually I want to grab both of these. Why would I not simply grab both of them now so I have the tiles available right now than worry about like the swap delay off of all the stuff going on over here? That's my rationale for it. I don't know if that's necessarily the right rationale. I recall that I am only playing on like difficulty 21 instead of difficulty 45. So that might not have been the correct play, but it felt justifiable to me. Take a temperate forest. That'll be good eventually. Take a research center. That'll be good eventually. You can just go like back here. I want to see more projects. I want to vent mines. This is dangerous to do at the support level that we're at, and I might actually not want to vent any more mines after that until I get my support issues resolved. But it is good for the terraforming parameters. Oh, I really wish I could take... Oh, I really wish I could take 3. So we're pretty far away, science-wise, from a bacteria spreader. I really wish I could take 4. But a train station's so many tiles. Like, what does it get you down here? It gets you nitrates, it gets you tritium, it gets you titanium, it gets you water, it gets you nitrates. It gets you titanium. It gets you so much. You have to take this train station here. It gets you a truly insane amount of tiles down here. So give me a mine. I need titanium. Give me a mine. I need titanium again. Give me a mine. So it's a large aquifer. It's interesting. Let's see. It's going to be a while before I can build that mine, but it also, like, it's resource income. How did I go to minus 57? What just happened? Did expectations increase? Oh, a building got damaged. That's what it was. Repair you. Repair you. Okay. We're not great, but we're okay. After this, I actually think I need to explore several exploration milestones. I do not want to lose this game after the start that we've had. Although, that's 5 heat. We should remember that, because when we get to 25 heat natively, I would like to vent a mine to go straight to 30. Also, you really, like, don't matter that. Well, no, because you're heat. It's just a ton of heat. And heat is difficult to get, so let's keep on it. 10 science when increasing a terraforming parameter, I don't think is that good. Constructing a building that costs at least 40 resources, I don't think is that good. New scientific fields is fine. A plant spreader is fine. But your support. I kind of need to start taking support buildings. And it's one that gives me an expansion tile too. So, like, given that we already have a plant spreader, I think I kind of need to do this so that you can come here so that I can get just a little bit of support out of you. And then I can go to this canyon view and I can get a bit of comfort of living too. Meanwhile, we'll prospect down here for titanium so we can build that viewpoint tower. I'd really like to get that titanium too. I gotta get another house to put in there probably. Now that it's got the support building, it's a bit of an easier ask. Oh, what's your problem? You need titanium? Alright, I can fix that next turn. As much as I would really like to double our resource production this turn, I don't think I need to, and I kind of need the support. It only buys us like 1 turn. It's not that good, but it's pretty bad. In the same vein, artificial magnetic field is going to give us quite a bit of comfort of living if we can manage to finish that. We're at 23 heat, not quite yet. I can't get to you anyway, so I don't really need to explore you. Just give me the support instead. There's nothing interesting going on there. We'll probably overwrite that tile. I could finish this in 6 turns. You could finish that. You could finish it in 4 turns. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's gonna really help with our support issues. And I have to take this development center. As much as I want a soil factory, I'm getting brutalized by only being able to take 1 project per turn. So explore just a bunch of science. A bit more over there too, that'll be good. Any large hints up here somewhere? No, that's all we're gonna get, but it's enough. So we finish this project. We turn in new scientific fields, and then we build the development center. Because then we get +1 science out of building the development center. That's the order that has to happen in. And then this is also the turn where we're at 25 heat, which means that you're getting thrown out because I need you because we're on red path. And then we're venting a mine this turn to hit 30 to get an extra support bump. So that buys us 5 turns. And now I feel a lot more comfortable about the support timer that we're on, so to speak. Because we're at minus 22, but we basically have like 10 turns to sort that out. We can sort that out in 10 turns because atmosphere is incrementing in like 4. And then that gives us like another 10 turns to sort it out. So we're fully into the mid game now, which makes sense because it's turn 28. Biggest things we need a water project so that I can start planting forests. That's an issue that we're running into right now. In the meantime, I would take power. You're going to go here. You finish next turn, I think? Yeah, we have enough science for you to finish next turn. I would like to keep exploring, but we could afford to do mine venting. If we vented a mine, actually, we'd hit the atmosphere threshold next turn, so let's do that. Or we could do it this turn, because it's a big mine. Yeah, it's good nitrates. I mean, it's good nitrates everywhere. We really don't have to worry about them. We do need to figure out where the last two are going to come from, but, you know, actually they're like right there. Dock here when we flood the planet, and then we expand out to all of that. That will also finish water. When all of this gets flooded, water mine that we can just make from a single dock. So I'm not worried about water. I'm not worried about nitrates. I'm not worried about tritium, because we have import tritium from Mercury coming up, and we have a tritium deposit. So that's going to put us at 5. We can figure out the last 2 somewhere else. I'm worried about silicates. I'm worried about titanium. Those are the 2 that we're really going to need to keep an eye on. I'm really not worried about water, actually. Like, we might end up breaching some aquifers, depending on how big those aquifer deposits are up there. Give me an alpine pine forest. Here's my water project, thank you. Perfect timing. You get in. Let's just start working on that immediately. I'm actually going to do this aquifer instead, so swap me off of that and do something like that. And then we're miles off of atmosphere 2 and temperature 2. But I think we have the support to go mine venting. I think we can fix this by the time it becomes a problem. I would like science, because I want to get this development center down. We're a long ways off from it, but I would like to get it down. Aisha's not bad. Hope is actually going to be very good with the amount of water that we have. Give me a trade route. I would like you to mine vent one more time. Just do a quick little mine vent on your way out. And then give me hope, and hope with cultural festivals is going to rebuild our support like nobody's business. I don't need to do it this turn, which is why I'm fine spending Henry's last turn on it. But, like, we make 3 water per turn. And that's not even counting all the stuff that could happen up here. Also, what are you? You're a titanium mine. We might actually be okay on titanium as well. Okay, that's kind of bad. Let's start figuring out some support. Was not expecting the threshold increase. That's not great. Well, spaceport seems like it would be pretty good. We kind of need the cultural festivals just to get us out of the danger zone. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Gary. And then, how are we going to fix our support issues? We're going to fix our support issues through terraforming parameters. We kind of have to. It's really like the only way. We also need to up our food production so I can just build more houses once the terraforming parameters get better. Next turn, I need to explore for titanium so I can build a landing pad to get myself another trade route. A water asteroid? Unnecessary. I'll take my 5 support, please. A second spaceport. Interesting. Yeah, I want to do third city in a crater or in a lava tube, but I also want to find a city spot that has resources in it. I want to be able to double up. Get many goals accomplished at the same time. How badly do I need support right now? You don't do a lot there. You already have a building. Holy cow, there's a lot of titanium out here. That's large, and that's gonna... I cannot afford to lose this game. This is like the best red path seed I've ever seen. I cannot lose this game. You're not great. You are not great. You're not great. And that's everything I know about. Alright, well. What do we need? Titanium, probably? Science. You need science first. You gotta get this development center up. That's a large aquifer. We're going to be so fine on water. And what do I want to do with you? Probably just take like an Android hub so that I have the tile expansions if I need them. You don't need to tell me that I can lose this game. I know in my heart that it's possible. Glacier for black sand, you're so right. An incredible call. You're going to be a temporary terraforming plant that's going to get overwritten with a house later on. Finish you. Second development center, don't care. Martian sailing school. Actually, like, kind of do care. Because, well, no, because you're full on buildings. Where would I put you? I don't want to get rid of another science now. So why Martian sailing school? Well, because when we get to water parameter 2, this whole thing floods. So we build a dock here, like we move the landing pad here, we build a dock here, and we have limitless water tiles, basically. So if we're going to have limitless water tiles, Martian sailing school is going to be really, really good. Yeah, I'm willing to gamble on it. Need a new farming town? Yeah, that's what the next city is going to be. The 2 food production is not great. Spread sand. There we go. I just got to find a place to actually put the city. So we're good here. I don't think I need to look over here that much more. You finish soon. I'd rather increment heat after that. The tritium is like, whatever. We can finish that project anytime we need to actually win the game. We don't really need to finish it before then. Also, wouldn't mind putting an Android hub in New Damascus to get you and you. We'll save up for that. Maybe that's a spot where a house could go as well, if we see a house. And then do we have a place where we can plant a forest next turn? Yeah, we can do it in Margaret first. So next turn we'll build the plant spreader, we'll put a forest here. And we'll be able to put a forest here. And that's all we know about so far, but 2 forests is pretty good right off the bat. Let me think about that. Turn you in, get support. Second plant spreader, we have 99... When did we get 99 nitrates? What the hell? Holy cow. We gotta fix that. I would like to explore... I'd like to research 1 extra project this turn. So let's find a place for you to go that will be somewhat useful. Somewhat useful in this capacity probably means finding Silicates so that we can make the Space Mirrors project go faster. And now we can research 2 projects. Those 2 projects are going to be... Atmosphere's at +5 currently. That's like pretty good. And I do have a spaceport in hand. I just don't think I'm going to need Orbital Ring with how expensive it is. I'm just going to take the plant spreader and I'll take the import hydrogen. Then you go here. Plant 1 forest here. You go here. Plant 1 forest here. Down to -41. That's still not a great number. But we have enough water that we could do cultural festivals again, which would buy us a lot of time. So I'm feeling okay overall. Let's just rush that project down. I would love a combined living center. Do I need 2 projects here, though? Because being able to research a second project per turn competes with doing cultural festivals to buy us more time. Yeah, casual 60 nitrate spend with 44 left over. And a soil factory in hand that we just haven't even bothered to play. Here's what I'm thinking. If I can find a hint of science, it's possible I cannot find a hint of science. Well, no, I could. If I get lucky... If I get lucky with either research expedition or exploration satellites, I could find something that's worth 3 science. And if I find something that's worth 3 science, I could hit 20 science this turn, which would let us take 2 projects without using research expedition, but we have to use research expedition anyway to find the hint of science. So actually, I think I've just kind of outthought myself completely. Here, give me this. Is there science in city spots? We found one that had an anomaly, but it was actually like I wanted the physical science item so that I could get extremely fancy with selections here. I'm also looking at like a hydroponic farm. What's your deal? You suck. You suck. It's bad enough. Where was it? It was here. This one has an anomaly. This one also has a small natural site. It's like not a horrible spot. And I do really want a 3rd city at this point. So I actually think we are going to start working towards it. It does flood at sea level 3, but that's fine. We can build dikes. I don't remember why it floods. I don't remember where the ocean is here, but it would be nice to have a city we could build a seaport in. And at this point, like with the space lizard coming up, I need oxygen. I want to double down on oxygen production here so it doesn't fall behind. Like, I know we're only making 1 heat per turn, but we're about to get 30 heat from the space mirror. And that'll be fine. Minus 44. It's scary. It's definitely scary. I really want to take that, but I can't. I really want to take... Well, I could. I don't need 50 atmosphere. Give me you instead. I need to explore titanium this turn, so that when I found a city, I can also build a combined living center. Because, like, the headquarters will go there, the combined living center will go there, they'll both double up on the natural site. We'll have an anomaly to get some extra science. And my development center's ready. Am I saving science for anything else right now? No. So just put it down. Explore here for your titanium. Lucky find. No way we can do that. It just doesn't fit. But I will take another plant spreader. And I'll take another combined living center. Oh, I can't make... I have to explore these last 2 tiles, of course. I can't actually make that city yet. But I do need you to expand. So I actually think we're going to put 1 combined living center down here for a little bit of support. So that I can get access to you. And so that I can get access to you. Scary. You. Build a mine here. And then build my plant spreader here. I don't actually know a 3rd place where you can go yet. That's fair. Who's likely to have water? Probably nothing down there. I think we need to work over here. Like, explore you, hope that we get a tile exploration over here. I think is what the plan is. Building extra spread life form is available. I know, it doesn't work like that. You're at 22. It's so unfortunate that that doesn't finish next turn. Get deer or birds of paradise. 2 oxygen, 1 oxygen, 3 temperature. I actually think deer might be slightly more likely to get. God damn. Let's think about this rationally. We have a second large hint of tritium here. So we're at 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking, like, can I afford to throw out import tritium from Mercury to get water? Because we're starting to build a synergy around a Martian sailing school that might not ever manifest. And I don't want to get surprised by that. You know what? Actually, I think we're fine, because oxygen's about to increment, and then atmosphere will increment, and then when we finish the space mirror's temperature will increment. Our support's actually fine. I'm not worried about support. A dock seems like a good pickup. So if I'm not worried about support, I can throw out MarsNet. And I can take a water project. And then I need to explore here. And I'll just like take a research center to have. And then I need to explore here. And then I can found a city. And then I'm feeling a bit better about life. Because that city is going to enable a lot of food production between these two buildings. It also gives us a silicate, which is one of the things that we're kind of stressed about right now. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to be okay. And I really got to increment water, because then we could grow trees in Tharsis, we could grow trees in Lunae. Like, that project has to happen, and then I'll probably breach an aquifer to do the last 10. Like, where's a regular water deposit? Right there. Maybe I can pick up Iokunle, and he can just breach that aquifer immediately. Can't do that. Some trade routes aren't assigned. That's a valid point. Let's get on that. Okay, there's the oxygen increment. Here's another water project. I can hold you, actually. Where do we want to increase temperature? We want to increase temperature in a zone that has rainfall but doesn't have heat. Because that'll allow us to do things like grow plants. So you have rainfall, but you don't have heat. I would be willing to space mirror you. And then I would be willing to explore like this, so that I can do this, so that this is cheaper. And then I can do this, I can do that. And I think there's just too much competition for science right now between the research center and the Martian Sailing School. I think we're done with bacteria spreaders. Even though they're cheap, our science production never really took off the way I wanted it to. I'll turn you into a science. So food-wise, we have 83 power. Destroy all of this. None of it matters. Food-wise, we don't need a big configuration here. We can just do something like this, and then we'll do another egg complex if we get it. We want a lab to go here. We could do an enormous university complex, but I think that's overkill on science, probably. Instead, I think we just want to do, like, house, support building, or we could do support building, house, 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 and just, like, double up on it. Because the crater's not bad, and the support gain is generous when we build stuff here. So I think we just want to dump houses into New Manila. We also want to dike this, just so we don't forget about it later. And then with the heat increase, we cannot put Mediterranean shrubs anywhere new. We really got to wait for that water parameter. Water parameter's killing us. But we're working on it. Building action to spread a life form is available. I know. I just can't do anything about it. 1 water per turn per level of rainfall above 0 is not going to matter. Our getting water is not going to be the reason we lose Red Path. I'll put it that way. I would like robots. I would like a spaceport. And if I can get really lucky on a tritium exploration here, we could build a spaceport this turn. Where's the best place for that going to be? Here. Gets us a tritium and a silicate export. Is there a better spot? That's where a dock is going to go, so you can't really afford to do that one. This one doesn't do it for you. Well, I mean, it kind of does, because it's 2 free nitrate exports, which is kind of good. Actually, that's... Yeah. Hold on. And it gets us the comfort of living in New Damascus. We're making 5 nitrates per turn. That's a free export. And then we import here so we can keep this project running. And then with the 2 spare ones, just throw them into making extra tritium. Okay. This isn't great, We only have like 6 turns to live right now, but we have an economy that's stronger than it's ever been before. And that's a positive. We also have the atmosphere parameter coming up. We have the ocean level parameter coming up. We are going to buy ourselves a little more time here. We still don't have a ton of wiggle room, but we are slowly surviving. It's possible I could place you somewhere. I don't know where, but I could. Flora's oxygen? Oh, you're not oxygen production. Although efficient plant spreaders is pretty good. And accelerated proliferation of life is pretty good. I don't super feel like I need a gene mod, and I would really like the exploration documentary support, so I think we're going to go with Flora here. Cheaper plant spreaders is just nice. A gene vault is just nice. A giant heater is just nice. I gotta figure out where these are going to go in my hand, though, because my hand is full. You can come, like, here. That's fine. I would really like to find titanium this turn. I'd really like a big hint of titanium this turn to make sure we get 3. Does such a thing exist? No. Okay, well then you're going to have to hope that you get lucky. You did not get lucky. Why? I wanted to build a robot hub this turn, but it's not to be. So now the question is, what do you throw out of your hand? You throw out this photovoltaic generator. You're at 11 power per turn. Your power production's fine. You don't have to worry about it. I can still research a project. I can't fit anything in my hand. A university would be, like, sort of interesting here. And we're not really spending our silicates on it. Alright, you know what? You're right. A university would be kind of interesting there, and we're not spending our silicates on anything else. We can also, with 21 water, just grab a greenhouse farm, and you can get replaced later. And now I really want to see, like, the science center. The good science center. The one that costs power and silicates. It feels like a wasted turn, but we set up a number of important things. Import oceans from Saturn. I don't think I can. Oh my god. Stop showing me water. This is a stopgap. It's not great. I would like to explore more tritium so that I can advance the timetable on this project. So give me one that has support as well. And then we should be able to do that. So 2 turns that finishes. You are extremely temporary. Oh, I need to increase my pop. Okay. In that case, let's do this and do that. So we get to 30 food next turn, so I can build a combined living center in New Manila so that I can put down a laboratory. And then do I want to explore with you? Here's our hydroponic farm. We want that if we can't take the space project. Do I want to explore with you, or do I want to accelerate proliferation of life, or do I want to import life forms? I think I might just want to explore with you to keep support high. And what do we want to explore specifically? We want to explore this ocean because we're getting ready to expand out there. When we hit the second water parameter, you're gone. Like, you're moving over there, or you might just get deleted entirely. You're a dock. We're building the Martian sailing school, probably on top of this laboratory, now that we've got the new anomaly spot. And we're going nuts on that ocean. You know what I'm talking about? We're going crazy on that water. So what do we do until then? I don't see a world where that's getting built when there's hydroponics farm competition for our water. So let's throw that out. We can grab you later. I also don't see a world where you get built. I don't know why you're still in my hand. And then you're all getting turned into science. Let's do support for each coastal location owned is a little interesting. Shipwright is really interesting. That's something we need. We still haven't seen a good science building. I'll return to you. Actually, I think I did see a good science building. Hang on. So you go here for +8. That allows us to build this for more science. Then, I think what I saw was a... Oh, it's housing. Okay. I thought what this was it was a support building and a building that produced research, but I think I'm thinking of a school? Because if we build a school, it's 1 science per turn, which is 2 science per turn next to a university, and it buffs the support that we get out of the combined living center. I think I'd really like a school to go there. Is basically what I was trying to engineer, but it didn't quite happen that way, which is alright. And you flood soon. You flood not as soon, but you are going to flood eventually. But I think you would be worth diking. Because there's going to be a lot of houses in that spot, and I would really like them to have more comfort of living. This all feels good, man. Like, I think we're doing all right. You don't need to import anymore, so we can do you. And then I can still research a project. Right, I delayed this decision. Probably because I didn't really see anything I liked. Or that I could take. Like, I'd love to take either of these, I just can't. I don't think we're going to have a ton of coastal locations. We're going to have a lot of ocean locations. I don't think we're going to have a lot of coastal locations. So, like, you're not that good? Let's take another spaceport. Here's the animal spreader we wanted to get back. I'll think about you later. First, water. Second, you're a large aquifer. What are you? You're a normal aquifer. We're at 3 water. 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't afford to breach a small aquifer, I don't think. No, because there's another one there. You could afford to breach a small aquifer. Where's that one tiny water mine you're working? That's large water. You know what it is? It's the aquifer that I'm going to get by flooding the planet. Yeah, Robot Hub gives me a breach next turn, but just finishing Import Oceans gives me a breach next turn. Breach. It raises the water level so that I can actually like get out there. I think that's just going to be the better play. I've had so many moments in this game where I thought I was extremely clever, and it turns out that I'm just overthinking myself out of a very easy solution. But at least it hasn't, like, harmed us yet. That's what I'll say. You still don't have water. I can still research a project. Now we get to think about what's good here. We're saving our science for a Martian sailing school, which is going to happen, like, next turn. That's good. We want that. +3 food would be fine. We're going to have a lot of open water tiles out here, probably. And we're extremely flush with nitrates. Like, not right now, but we get 5 of them per turn. We're fine on terraforming parameters. I don't feel like I have to take an oxygen factory at 17 water. That's expensive. So I think what I probably want to do here is take a development center for after we're done with the Martian sailing school. And then take a seaweed farm, just so that if we do run into support issues in the back half of the game, we can just spam houses to fix it. And then you can just go, like, here. That seems fine to me. No, you need to save it for the sailing school. Try and remember what you're actually planning for more than, like, 3 seconds, please. So that means you have to throw something out. Throw out one of my 2 rocket silos. -55. That's fine. That's not the science building we wanted. This is kind of interesting, though. Citizen Science Center in Manila would go insane. But I'm also looking at the desalination facility, and I'm like, check this shit out. You ready for this one? Get rid of you. Extract you. Flood. Step 1 complete. Move you here. Build a dock. Step 2 complete. expand out into the ocean after building a Martian sailing school. Step 3 complete. What's step 4, I hear you ask? Step 4 is where you breach that aquifer and then you just build like a desal facility on top of it because it generates water. He's done it. He's finally outthought the game. He's made a clever play. Everybody clap. Everybody appreciate what this gamer has done. Do it over here too. Set this up. I know it's like minus support. It's fine. Don't worry about it. That's a problem for me to work out later. So what else do we have out here? We have nitrates out here. We've got silicates. Let's start working our way towards these silicates. We can get a mine over there too. There's not a lot of other resources in this ocean. I'm a little concerned. Nitrates, we're fine. We build you, you're fine. Silicates, we're at 2, we're at 4. You're a lava tube. We're at 4, we're at 7. We're done, that's all we need. Okay, so silicates are done. Titanium, we're at 1, we're at 3, we're at 5. We're at 7. Titanium is done. Tritium, we're at 2, we're at 4. We're at 5. Tritium's the issue. All we need is tritium. Everything else is done. Now, let's plant some trees. We will overwrite the old and busted trees that we had there. I'm importing more than I'm exporting because I moved a rocket platform. And now what do we want to take? We want to take you because I think it'll be hilarious to put in New Manila. Like, it's 2 science per turn. It's an extra project for every 4 pop. There's going to be a lot of pop here. And it gets plus science from being next to a university. It's going to be very funny. And my turn. Give me herring, because we're about to be water world up in here. This is the science building I wanted. So let's take you. I don't need more food. I would take a train station, though. Enable you. We're approaching water 3. We're going to have to get to water 3 with only projects, though. There's no other way to go about it. And we need more titanium. Which means we need expansion tiles in New Damascus. But it has a train station already. So actually, maybe we just upgrade the bus station here to a train station. So that we can get you, so that we can dike you, so that we can go here, so that we can secure the resources we need out here. And then next turn we mine that for tritium? No, we'd need more tritium to do that. We can get more tritium. Let's get tritium there. New city in the south, like down here? Yeah, we could. We could. It's probably a good idea. There's also more silicates here. The bigger issue that I have is I need to find where tritium is, and I want to put a city on top of tritium. There's usually tritium around the South Pole, so maybe we start exploring like down this way. But like a city here would go hard, but also we could just like build a robot hub in New Damascus and get both those tiles. And we actually weren't even counting on these silicates in the first place. No. Give me my support. Give me my plant spreader. Let me think about the rest of those later. Hard to go wrong with just stacking plant spreaders at this point, I think. You can move to here. You are a support threshold. It's not a big one, but it's a support threshold. I need to explore titanium on my way down here if I can. So like that seems pretty good. Bingo. So now, actually, maybe this is the city spot. Bus station gets us to here, -1, -2 to get both these titanium spots. Plus there's a large hint of tritium here. If we're extremely lucky, this is gigantic. And that's basically the game. If we're not extremely lucky, we'll have to do more work. My hand is full, I'm just throwing them all out. We can also set up our shipwright at this point, which is going to be comfort of living. And we'll make it relatively easy to grab that silicate. For how recklessly we're expanding, I'm pretty impressed that we're only at minus 62 support per turn. And we still have terraforming thresholds to increment. What do we need to import at this point? We've got one free import for science. Yeah, do it. Get rid of one power. We're stacked on power. I love it. This lets us breach more aquifers, which is kind of interesting. Do a little bit of that, and then build one a U, and then build one a... Can't yet. Need more silicates. That's fine. Enable U. Check out what this is. It's large. That's not the worst thing to ever happen. It would have been nice if it was gigantic, but we'll live. And then next turn we explore here, we build a city here. It's also got a nice little sandstone next to it to help. Past that... Oh yeah, let's set up this titanium mine too. That's actually relatively important. The more titanium we have, the faster we can just build all these other mines. Maybe even switch off to do something like that. Maybe lean all the way into it. Do something like that. Seems pretty good. Yeah, I'd love leap deer, thank you. I would love noiseless ship engines, thank you. It's so good. I'll take another plant spreader, and then let me think about the rest, because we're way over hand size. So you go here. Found a city here. I'd like to do a 4-house configuration around a support building in the middle. You go here, turn in leap deer, and then start building robot hubs to get out to all the tiles that you want. Grab all of these, head out here. That crater doesn't matter to me anymore. I need food for these sandstones. We'll have it next turn. Any good trading spots out here? Yeah, actually, you get titanium, and silicate. You're going to be a spaceport for sure. We're going to need a lot of titanium to build our mines next turn. So let's do a little something like that, and then let's figure out what we want to take. A house. How many mines is Tritium Post going to have? 1, 2, 3, 4? At least? So this is a 4-support house? That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Silicate asteroid? Yeah, we only have 4 right now. Plant spread 50% faster. That's interesting. I can't afford it, but it's neat. Don't really want any of those right now. Reset all of this. Give me some of that. Give me some of this. Give me one of these. Give me 2 of these. Give me one of those. And now our issue's power, which is interesting. That hasn't been an issue for a while. I think 11's fine, we're just spending a ton of it. So I'm not going to make any immediate course corrections. I don't need any of these buildings. Turn them into science to get us to noiseless ship engines faster. Because it's just funny. And then here's Io Kunle. That's exactly who we want at this point, I think, to make all of our water mines cheaper. I would take that to just finish it really quick. I would take a plant spreader. I would explore twice. Show me the silicates. It's just a normal silicate mine. Show me more silicates. I'm at 13 titanium. I'm short on power. Oh, I just spent it all on my explorations, didn't I? Oops. Do I have a hint of power anywhere? I gotta remember to like build mines first and then figure out leader powers, because I'm definitely costing myself turns with bad order on that. Just explore anywhere, it doesn't really matter. Do I have any open tiles anywhere? Or I could do like a plant spreader, maybe? No. Okay. Well, we should probably work towards that next turn. Next turn we could do a miner's cottage. That gets us 1. Next turn we can do an android hub. It gets us 3, but it spends all of our power, so we can't build these titanium mines again. But maybe that's okay. We are importing a ton of it. I can do you, that's for sure. We need 2 more water. It's probably going to be that spot. If I can figure out how to get to that. Or I could just, like, grab another desal plant when I see it. Doesn't have to be, like, a big thing. And then I'd really like to put you down somewhere. How about you replace this pine forest, and then the pine forest can probably go to Tharsis. The road paver? Yeah, but if I build the road paver, it's going to eat all the titanium for the titanium deposits. So I don't want to plunk it down this turn. Because we're spending 4 on the project. I think I'm comfortable just waiting a turn. Support's bad, oxygen's good. Okay, wait on this, wait on you. Important priorities? Mines. That's all the power you have. Okay, well that takes care of that then, doesn't it? Yeah, it kind of does take care of that then, doesn't it? Think about that. We definitely enable you. We're at 8 titanium. If I explore a hint of titanium, I could build the road paver depot this turn. Is there anything better I want to do with his power? I don't believe so. So explore the titanium hint. Head into Big Tritium. Build a road paver here. Grab these 2 spots. Put the pine forest here. Extra support. And expand to that silicate mine because it'll give us an extra trade re-import. Okay, so that's your leader power's done. We have no power, so you can't really explore anywhere. We could place buildings in our hand, and then we could think about what we want to take from our collection. I want to save up science for the Citizen Science Center. I don't think I want to place you immediately. I'm happy with the number of projects we get to pick. We're looking for a desal plant, if we can see one. If we don't see one, I think we just take tiles. And it's conceivable that we could build a skyscraper this game with how much food we're making. We're at 12 food per turn. That's pretty good. I think that's turn, though. No, I could spread 1 more. Where can you go? You could go in Lower Borealis. I'm pretty sure eventually that's going to flood, but for now you can go there. And then some trade routes aren't assigned? Oh, right. Let's just go finish that quick. There, it'll flood next turn. 1 regional building will flood. Which one? Oh, this mine floods. That's fine. We can dike it next turn. Temperate rainforest or plankton? I gotta go with the temperate rainforest. I need to see water. I'll take expansion tiles, but I would like to see water. No? Alright, fine. I'll take a skyscraper. Dike you. This is going to destroy the forest we just planted. But that's fine, because we get support. I guess I could have waited 1 turn on that, but whatever. Set up sandstones, set up a mine. What's your problem? You don't have power or titanium? Alright, well, we're about to get a lot of titanium. So let's do something like this. No, not yet. Let's do something like this. And that's just going to be for like a turn or 2. I also don't really want to touch my power right now. You're kind of an interesting dock spot. You're not coastal. Oh, because you're diked. I understand. I wanted to put a dock there because it's cheaper spreading out to these titanium deposits, but I don't think it's going to happen like that. And then I really don't want to spend this power. I want to save it for mines. I don't need to explore. I simply do not need to explore. I also don't need this research center. So this is a one game at this point, I would say. We just need to close it out. Let's think about that in a minute. Let's set up our mine. That's titanium done. Let's go finish tritium, because we can. Excuse me? There's abs. Oh, it's not, because it's a levee. Because it's a dike. No, this is a valid expansion. Yeah, we can just do it like that. Okay. That's tritium done. Silicates. Short titanium. Explore for titanium. It's going to make you short on power, but explore for titanium. No, it's not. You could use a satellite. Big titanium hint? It's still not enough. Well, where's the cheapest titanium hint that we have? There is not one. They're all expensive. 4 is probably the best we could do. And then we're short on power to build it. So next turn that needs to get built. Nitrates also need to get built, but that's just going to be this mine spot. We can actually do that mine spot right now. And then we just need 2 water, which I guess we could get, like, through here. Next turn. I think we win next turn. I think we win on turn 55. Here, I'll give you a nice forest to keep your support up. And then research a project? I don't need to. I win next turn. Noiseless ship engines? I don't need to. Game's over next turn. No water? That's fine. We explore here. And we explore here. And then we expand here, here, and here. We build... do I need 2? I do need 2. Build 2. What's the power on a load balancer? It's 1 power per turn for 9 silicates, and it's +1 for every 3 mines. So unless you're building like a mega city, it's usually just going to be +1 power, but you can get it to +2 with a little bit of work. And then what's your problem? You're out of power? Okay, we win next turn? I was just kidding about all that. Yeah, we win next turn. Dump it, end it, skip it, build it, pop it, win it. 56. Pretty good. And probably missed a couple turns in there, just to, like, scattered play. We might have been able to win that on, like, 53 or 54, if we were being a little more careful. But it was an insane seed. Yeah, High Caldera had, like, 12, but I don't know. I think I might need to break myself of this habit eventually. I have a bad habit of, when I'm, like, 10 turns away from a win, just going, none of these choices matter anymore, I'm going to focus on the win. Like, could I get extra power out of it? Yeah, probably, but the game felt over at that point, and I didn't need the power to enact it. But that's also one of the same things that's like, I could have done it a couple turns faster if I had done that maybe, because I was short on power for those last couple turns. Anyway, that's going to be all the Terraformers for today. I got to pop over to my email. I got to get a couple things done this afternoon, check in with Amanda, see how she's doing. We're going to stream Guild Wars tonight, 9 p.m. We are going to stream Guild Wars Friday at 10 p.m. for Reset. I don't think that the weekly on Monday is possible anymore, just with the way my schedule is this semester, so I'm going to try and do... Where is my calendar, actually? I'm going to try and move the weekly Terraformers game to 2:30 p.m. on Tuesdays. Like, it's actually going to be a thing that I need to put into my calendar to make sure it happens at that point. But it fits nicely in between 2 meetings that I have on Tuesday. And it's a good opportunity to just kind of knock that weekly out. So keep an eye out for that, and if you need the reminders, hop into the Discord, because there's always pings in the Discord that you can sign up for if you want to know when you're going live. Check out the VODs channel if you're interested in some of the older games of Terraformers that we've played. I will catch you around later today if you're interested in watching some Guild Wars. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you're staying cool wherever you happen to be at, and I will see you around next time. Take care. Have a good one.